And we are ready for a bonus match here on the Glory by Honor 4 home release. Action from Full Impact Pro down in the state of Florida, here in Crystal River. This is during the month of June 2005. Three-way elimination match as Sal Rinauro dives onto Tony Mamaluke, leaving Jay Fury inside the ring. Three-way elimination matchup as Fury with the springboard corkscrew dive takes out both of his opponents. Joining me on commentary, Jimmy Bauer.
Well, this is a big event payback for FIP, headlined by CM Punk against Colt Cabana. And if you thought their match of Punk the Final Chapter or something, you got to see Punk Cabana from this show. FIP DVDs, of course, are available at ROHWrestling.com or by calling 215-781-2500. But the reason we are showing you this match is to give you a sneak peek at some of the new talent heading into ROH, particularly Tony Mamaluke, who of course many of you are familiar with as a former ROH Tag Team Champion, Sal Rinauro, whose reputation has really been growing in FIP, and Jay Fury, who's on the verge of becoming a breakout star. These are just an example of a few of the great young talents coming to Ring of Honor. Of course, Ring of Honor is about bringing in the best talent all over the world, and you see the established stars in ROH. But more importantly, Ring of Honor is about making stars. Ring of Honor is about bringing in the hungry talent, the talent that wants to really bust their ass to make their reputation, the talent that wants to make themselves stars, and giving them the platform to do what they do best and shine with no limitations. You know, there's no politics in the ROH locker room. None of that plays into who has the titles or any of that kind of stuff. It is all about your athletic ability and your ability inside the professional wrestling ring. So what the young talent across the country want to do is come into Ring of Honor and really bust their ass for you fans so that they can make their name, make their star in Ring of Honor. And these are three guys looking to do just that.
Hungry young athletes looking for an opportunity and looking to show the wrestling fans exactly what they're capable of. And that's Sal Rinauro showing just that with the springboard lariat. Takes Jay Fury down with the sunset flip, gets a near fall, another lariat on Mamaluke. Fury back up. Sal Rinauro really impressing down in Full Impact Pro. In many ways, a reason why he was given an opportunity in Ring of Honor was just how much he improved before the eyes of ROH management, FIP management, down in the state of Florida. Because of his strong showings in FIP, ROH gave him an opportunity to show what he can do in the Ring of Honor ring.
And you look at Tony Mamaluke here, he looks better than ever. This is the best he's ever been in his career, and he's a guy that's really willing to come in and wants to make an impact in ROH. And you see some nice moves there out of Jay Fury.
Jay Fury, for a big guy, shows a lot of athleticism. It's what sets him apart. That's him with the body slam as Rinauro comes charging, gets met with the dropkick. Fury in charge of the action.
And he landed on Mamaluke there. FIP features a lot of the stars that you know in Ring of Honor. Men like Bryan Danielson, Samoa Joe, CM Punk, Roderick Strong, Jimmy Ray, Austin Aries, AJ Styles. They've all been big parts of FIP. But you get to see the stars a little bit differently in FIP, and you got to watch it to see what I'm talking about. And you also get to see them in some different matches that you won't see in ROH.
Nice DDT from Jay Fury right there. And you know, the towns that Full Impact Pro runs in the state of Florida, not necessarily major cities. You know, some of the early shows were in the Tampa area. We do come back to St. Pete every once in a while, but some of the towns like Arcadia, Crystal River, draw some of the more old school style wrestling fans that you don't really see from the ROH crowds, where ROH comes to the big cities and you see some of the more educated wrestling fans. Nice agility shown by Jay Fury right there. But in many ways, you get to see some of the talents that feed off of the hardcore wrestling fan audience get to show what they can do against some locals down in the state of Florida.
Well, it's a lot of fun. You get to see as we got a cover here from Sal Rinauro, and Jay Fury is your first man out.
It's almost like a throwback to Memphis wrestling in many ways.
It's a throwback, but at the same time, you see modern wrestlers doing modern moves in this throwback atmosphere, which is very unique, something that you don't really see anywhere else right now in wrestling, and it's a lot of fun. I mean, there's a lot of big things happening in FIP. Homicide recently passed the one-year mark as FIP heavyweight champion, and what a year he's had as Tony Mamaluke and Sal Rinauro into the ring post there. Homicide has defended the belt against the likes of Spanky, James Gibson, CM Punk on several occasions, including that strip club brawl on Fallout weekend, and who will forever forget that Anything Goes match in Arcadia, Violence is the Answer. You have BJ Whitmer, Nigel McGuinness, Jimmy Ray, Steve Madison, Tony Mamaluke, even Rocky Romero, part of the Rottweilers, Cole Cabana. They have all found Homicide for the FIP heavyweight title over the past year. And Homicide has been in just about every kind of match for those titles, from brawls out on the streets, to mat wrestling matches, to Japanese style, to ROH style, every style that there is. And that's part of what FIP is all about, is all those different styles with all those different stars. I mean, there were two fantastic Bryan Danielson versus CM Punk matches in FIP that bring the pain and dangerous attentions. And those are our must-see matches that any ROH fan will enjoy. But more importantly, ROH gives you, or FIP gives you a different spin on things than ROH does. As Tony Mamaluke with a very painful arm submission there in Sal Rinauro.
You'll notice the FIP set in the background. All of the interviews, when wrestlers need to speak their mind on the microphone, are done in front of the live crowd, in front of the set, like many of the old-school television promotions that you would see. There aren't any locker room segments in Full Impact Pro. It's a little bit different setting. You see some of the stars that you're familiar with in ROH.
Hey, you get to see things like CM Punk and Samoa Joe tag up in FIP. But if you like that hard-hitting action, just check out Samoa Joe versus Roderick Strong from New Year's Classic and Unfinished Business. All that going on in FIP, and more importantly, you get to see the talent that is heading into ROH to make an impact. Guys like we're seeing right now, Sal Rinauro, guys like Darrell Clark. I mean, there's so many guys, Heartbreak Express, Adam Pearce, all down in FIP first before making their way into ROH. And I'm really excited about a lot of the talent that is heading into ROH now. I mean, it's going to make things very competitive up and down the ROH roster, whether it's Claudio Castagnoli coming in to make an impact, Matt Sydal looking to really increase his stock, Adam Pearce looking to make his name. I mean, the list goes on and on. Sterling Keenan's going to be given a shot. Puma given a shot. Jason Blade will be given a shot from the New England area. They all come to ROH to make their name, to make their star, to increase their stock. And that's what Ring of Honor is all about, giving that hungry talent a chance to come in and really bust their ass for youth fans to make that name and make that star for themselves. Just like we saw Paul London and Spanky do in 2002. Just like we saw CM Punk do in ROH. Just like we see Cole Cabana do. Samoa Joe increase the stock in ROH. Austin Aries, there's a guy that's really increased his stock. Roderick Strong's been doing it this year in ROH. And we're looking for the next block of guys to come in and do that, and you could be seeing it right now. But Dave, I think this match is going to be coming to a close soon, so let's just pay attention to the match.
Referee checking on the condition here of Sal Rinauro as he fights his way out of that arm submission, firing back on Tony Mamaluke. And of course, as much as you get to see the new talent that might be making their way to ROH in the future here in FIP, it's also a place that you can see the ROH champions defend their title outside of ROH. Both Austin Aries and James Gibson put the title on the line in FIP rings.
No doubt about that. FIP, of course, a very close working relationship with ROH, as is obvious by the fact that this is on Glory by on a 4 DVD. Mamaluke, they're going for an arm submission on Sal Rinauro.
Rolls through. Back to his feet he comes, connects with the forearm. Let's see if Rinauro can gain the advantage here on the veteran, in this instance, Tony Mamaluke. Going to send him off the ropes. Mamaluke comes off. That was a flying forearm.
You know, it's that arm really bothering Rinauro, though.
Mamaluke has been focusing on that for the past several minutes of the match. He's really favoring that arm, holding it close to his body. He's got Mamaluke down, looking to take a chance.
Yeah, I just want to say real quick, I know I mentioned a bunch of names, but I also forgot a bunch of names, so I apologize for anyone I forgot when I listed those names before. As there's a little bit of a dirty tactic there from Tony Mamaluke.
Shoving the referee Billy Dalton into the ropes, causes him to lose his balance. Hangs his legs up on the top rope for extra elevation on the DDT. But too close to the ropes. Gets his foot on the bottom rope to break up the pin attempt.
A great effort there from Sal Rinauro, putting his foot on those ropes. Tony Mamaluke getting frustrated, wondering what it's going to take here to put away Sal Rinauro. There's even a manager down in FIP who's beginning to make a little bit of an impact in the managerial division. I forget his name right now, though.
There's a lot of talent that's hungry for opportunities down in Full Impact Pro.
As here comes Sal Rinauro.
Oh, right back to the arm he goes. This could be it right there. He came soaring right into the clutches of Tony Mamaluke. And right back to that arm he goes. Rinauro trying to crawl toward the ropes to force a break. Can he reach it? Really wrenching back on it. And that's it.
Sal Rinauro taps Tony Mamaluke, your winner. Next stop, Ring of Honor.